If your 3D printer can't even bridge gaps like this, you're probably wasting time and filament on supports you don't actually need. So I designed a test to figure out exactly how to fix this, and you can download it and follow along for free. The link is in the description. Today I'm going to turn this into this, and even attempt this ridiculous 50mm bridge. This is the test I designed for this video. It starts at 3mm, goes through 7mm, and goes all the way up to 50mm. If your printer can even handle the middle, you can avoid supports in a lot of real prints. I printed this with completely default settings, and it's definitely not great. Look at this on the 50mm model. In fact, it even starts failing at 10mm, and really anything beyond that just collapses. So instead of just guessing, I'm going to show you how to change one setting at a time and actually test what makes a visible difference. First up is cooling. When you're bridging, you're basically printing in midair. The only thing holding that filament up is how fast it cools and solidifies. With lower fan speeds, the filament stays soft much longer and it therefore sags. So let's boost our fan speeds. Open your filament settings, go to the cooling tab, and set both your minimum and maximum fan speed to 100%. At 100% fan, it solidifies much faster and you can already see a much cleaner result. Next up is bridge speed. This one's actually a little bit counterintuitive. Slow and steady will likely lead to more failures, because if you go too slow, the filament is time to droop before it hardens. But if you go faster, it actually stretches the filament lines, like a rubber band, across the gap. Too fast, though, can cause the lines to snap or get inconsistent. In your speed settings, look for bridge or overhang speed and adjust it there. For me, around 50mm per second, which is the default setting, worked best. Now we are going to talk about bridge flow or flow ratio. This is the setting that most people usually ignore, but it's very important. You head over to the quality tab and scroll down to bridging. At normal flow, you usually push too much plastic into the air, which obviously makes it sag because it's a lot heavier. So once you head into this tab, you can reduce it to around 85 or 90%, which should be a decimal value, so let's say 0.87. And that makes the strands a lot lighter and much cleaner. Another important thing to adjust is your filament's temperature setting. If your filament is too hot, it stays soft for longer, which leads to more sagging. Simply edit your filament settings and scroll down in the filament tab to print temperature. You can reduce your print temperature by around 5 to 10 degrees, which helps it stiffen faster. We don't need this for the first layer, but on the other layers, because obviously there's not going to be any bridges on the base of your print. And then you can also perform a full temperature calibration to dial this in further, which should give you the perfect temperature in under half an hour. You can check out my video on temperature calibration in the top right corner of your screen. Slightly reducing your line width also helps. Thinner strands weigh less, obviously, so they sag less, but this is more of fine-tuning than something that will really dramatically change your print results. To fix this, you can go into your quality settings and go to line width, and I just set mine to 0.38, which is around 95% of my 0.4mm nozzle. But before you change any of these settings, you want to make sure that you always check your orientation. Shorter bridges are obviously much easier, and sometimes rotating your model by going to this rotate setting over here makes it easier to print. That's not really applicable for this test, but it's always a good habit to make sure your print is optimally oriented. Or you can use your slicer's auto-orient feature, like Orca Slicers over here, which automatically puts it in the best orientation. And here's the final reveal. After dialing everything in, this is the result. There are clean bridges at 7mm, even at 10mm, even at 15mm, and at 50, this is your result. Obviously, I can still optimize this to be a lot better. For example, there is some droop at the front of this 50mm place, But otherwise, I think these are significantly improved results compared to this at the beginning. So, if you're struggling with bridging, focus on max fan speed, higher bridge speed, lower bridge flow, slightly lower temperature, and fine-tuning the line width. Now, just to be clear, the exact values I used in this video might not be perfect for your printer. That's why I encourage you to try this exact test. It's linked in the description and a pinned comment. You should print the model a couple of times while slightly tweaking each setting individually to find the values that work best for you. And if you want early access to new videos, plus channel badges, I've also started offering memberships. Obviously, it's completely optional, but it's there if you want to support the channel. Thank you and see you next time.